Right, so I'm April 25th. I play games and then I talk about it. Today I'm playing FortressCraft Evolved in another episode of my 2018 Explain Along. Okay, I'm hoping for a quick episode here where I have two goals. I want to upgrade some smelter hats and I want to upgrade some tracks. Mining tracks, I should say. Let's see, that's just doing its thing. I'll leave that for a minute. I wanted to talk about upgrading the tracks. So if you look around, here's one. You'll notice I don't have very many scrap tracks left. Like, I have a couple. I have that one I just removed. I have one right there. It'd be hard to get without derailing a bunch of others. But what I'm actually doing right now is going around and kind of sniping those scrap tracks, derailing them, pulling them out, and then sticking them in my macerator to see if they'll turn into any ore. I have 100 scrap tracks set aside in case I ever say, oh, I really need those tracks, or those 100 scrap mine carts set aside in case I decide I need those back. But mostly we're running on basics, and I've got 29 in here. I don't see any of them scrap. So I can go through, delete a scrap cart. It'll automatically replace it with a basic, which is lovely. There we go. Nice. I didn't even derail that other one. And right over here, you'll see a basic cart will be coming out and heading over there to wherever I just stole that from. The bad news is I have something in my inventory now. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's some bars, or maybe it's some of this various junk that's building up. I need to clean that out again soon. So, that is lovely. Everything's running a lot faster. I am enjoying that. But my scrap, my cart, my tracks are still scrap tracks. And there'll be another noticeable speed boost when I upgrade those, so I'm working on that. I guess I should mention that I went around and built out, so I've got the first ring of guns, and I actually built out a second ring of guns over there. My threat is too high for this to be enough, because that defends against little wasps, but now that I'm defending against the little wasps, it is not enough. It is actually not enough, because up behind the little wasps are coming big wasps, which I kind of thought might happen. But hey, I've killed 69 mobs, and my next attack is coming in 26 minutes. So for right now, I'm going to keep dying, but I'm going to be setting up missiles very soon. And once I set up missiles, that'll be great. So the other, let's see, ooh, I got another Mark III, got a bunch of straight track. So I've been making upgraded track here. I fiddled around off camera to try to get the track upgrader working, and I still can't get it working. So we're going to be doing this by manufacturing them anew and just destroying the scrap crack. The hats, the forced induction, Mark III forced induction, those are making. You'll notice they have plenty of lithium coils, but they're waiting on the Mark II forced induction, which is being made over here, which is waiting on, let's see, right now it's waiting on charged lithium coils. This has been going for a little while. It's kind of plugging along. I think it's getting all of its supplies. It just takes quite a while because these are the Mark I stocking ports and Mark I manufacturers, mass storage manufacturer ports, and some of these are calling for like 25 iron gears. That takes quite a while in the Mark I because they only carry 5 at a time. Eventually I'll upgrade these to like Mark III or so, and then those 25 iron gear items are really not a problem anymore. So anyway, I put in 100 conveyor belts and 100 rack rails to get myself started and to make those tracks that you saw over here. But I actually am going to need to hook up both of those items to get this working well. So what does this do? This does alloyed machine blocks. Let's do definitely a directional storage hopper with rack rails. And these are going to try to share between, unfortunately, so that's a problem. And then this one, let's also make sure this is directional, though I don't know if I need it. And components, conveyor belts. So I have, I'm misspelling that somehow. Conveyor belts. And pass it in. I have rack rails over here. These are, I don't know if they're coming into the system. Like I said, I ended up turning this into a directional storage hopper, finally, when I realized it was blocking off my servo motors. It is not serving up rack rails yet. I hadn't configured that, but now it is, so we should have someone come along to start taking those any minute. And then I don't have conveyor belts, because conveyor belts are still sitting up over here. Kind of weird. Let me figure out how I want to do this. I think I can make it fit into that room, and none of this calls for power, so let me give that a try. I'll just take this apart. Don't let me forget I now have a ton of basic conveyor belts in my inventory that I should use. Let's see. Again, I have copper wire and tin plates that I could loop around using mine carts, but personally I would rather not do that if I can avoid it. It'd probably be fine to just stick it right beside the other. Let's do logistics grommets. I'm gonna need, actually I need 3 of them. One of you needs to be, what's the best way? Let's do a directional storage hopper, and this is going to contain copper bars, which are going to be made into basic conveyors, slowly but surely. Just going to take apart all this stuff. This will be a basic conveyor crafter, and then I'm going to have to do another directional storage hopper. So this needs to be remove only. This is add only. This is remove only. And hopefully this will be what I need. Let's do our conveyor crafter will be right here. It's also going to have, yeah, I think that's gonna be a good idea. These are also remove only. And they're gonna need to be copper wires on the right, don't let me forget that. And tin plates on the left. I hope this works. Alright, so first off, let me get those. That's a lot of basic conveyor belts that I don't need. They're in my inventory. And then I need, let's set up everything out here. I don't think I can, yeah, I'm gonna have to move this over one anyway because I can't stick a station right beside the junction. There we go, and then over here was copper. I think it was copper. I hope it was copper. 100, just do one cart. Do I have any to stick in there? I do. And then I want to do this to come over a bit. There we go. I want this to be a tin bar. What are you complaining about? 100. I was talking to one of the mine carts. Not you. It wasn't you. Copper bars. 100 done. Add a cart. I don't have any tin to get the tin started. You know what I could do? I could steal it. There we go. Stolen tin. Going there. No, that has to go going there. And then that'll need copper. I got 1 per, right? Okay. They're all complaining because I just stuck in those 3 stations. And whenever it adds another station in the route, it all kind of doesn't know what's going on and has to take a minute to get a new route. Yeah, there we go. So we got a bit of everything. And we got conveyor belts coming out. Okay. I think it worked. Pretty great. And I'm gonna need a station. Everybody's gonna complain to me again. Components. Conveyor belts. Don't need to add carts here because these are up for offer. Uh-oh, I think I set a limit on that. Yeah, I don't want to put a target stock of 100 or nobody will come along to take it. It'll just hoard its conveyor belts, which is not what I'm going for. There we go. We got conveyor belts on the line. It's going to take a minute for those to get passed back there. I probably already have rack rails coming on in. Well, I don't see any rack rails yet. Well, I probably... Yep. Okay, so I can stick rack rails here. Stocking port, rack rail. I really don't use these for much. Apparently I have 124 in there. I'm just going to set my limit to 20. And then with conveyor belts, same thing. Might as well keep it a nice low limit. So I didn't really need to set those up. I should have tracks being made. Oh no, I don't. I really didn't need to add those. I always forget to keep track. So it only requires 1 rack rail to create 25 straight tracks. And I always forget, oh, I don't need 25 rack rails. I only need 1 rack rail. So I basically have a lifetime of supply of rack rails in there, and I really didn't need to set that up. Oops. I know I'll need more of these. I don't think I need any slopes for anything. Well, I do in a bit, huh? I'll do slopes, just so I don't forget. And then I'm probably going to want some junctions, which I can make by hand, right?
Crafting.
Yeah. Let's do like 25 junctions just to have them.
Crafting.
And I got plenty of smelter hats happening. That's pretty good news. And when I go stick these smelter hats on top of the smelters, that's going to give me a bunch more Mark IIs to stick in there and upgrade. So I am set on smelter hats too. You come here. In we go. I probably shouldn't have made quite so many to initially start out with. Because I'd forgotten about grabbing these to use for upgrades. And this is going to speed up even more, which is good because in some cases, I've really been like keeping up with how fast this can make bars. Like when I'm when I've got everybody going a little crazy, making me alloyed machine blocks and stuff, I'd come through and realize that I had 0 bars in my storage hoppers. It was taking them away as fast as it made them. That's good news. I'm gonna actually go dump these in here before I forget. And then I will upgrade some tracks and close up the episode. So, coming up soon, but not next episode, but soon, I'm gonna want to create a giant mine track down into the center of the earth so that I can, let me get rid of some of this scrap track too, so that I can get more ore coming up in the more convenient manner that I prefer. I also alright, and then let me replace these with their upgraded versions. Slopes. And plenty of scrap track straights. So, yep. And now we just do this the boring way of running around, adding track. I find it interesting that it shows the old track thingy for a second and then that disappears. I wonder what's up with that. I kind of liked the old version of the track where it was... Oh, it's probably because I did that? No, maybe not. Maybe just because it's freight carts? I don't know what's up with that. I kind of liked the wider version. It made it look like the carts actually had to be supported a little more. Let's get some in here. See that? Much faster. Very nice. I'll do the rest of this off camera. But yeah, very nice. I don't think the junctions go any faster, but everything else does. Okay, I'll finish upgrading those 2 smelter hats. I'll finish upgrading a whole bunch of track, and I will be back next time. I think next time I might... Ooh, hard choices. Do I want to do my Falcor network and the automation to deal with those drops, or do I want to start setting up missiles, or do I want to do something completely different? If you have thoughts on that, by the way, like what you're wondering about, please do leave comments. I love getting comments. Another thing that I definitely need to do between episodes is I still need to test out stacking my fuel too high. I think I'll do that right before I start using the fuel so that I can, you know, have it moving and actually see how fast it's moving, because it's making some. Anyway, I will talk to everybody later. Thank you for watching. Now go do something epic.